This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Family worried after Helsha Beach man goes missing. A Helsha Beach family is struggling to come to terms with the disappearance of their father and grandfather. Nehemiah Thompson, a 71-year-old shop operator of Helsha Beach, went to Helsha Heights early Friday morning to collect firewood but has not been seen or heard from since. It's very unusual he's not senile. He wouldn't wander off, his daughter Natasha Thompson told the news. It's very hard, the distraught daughter said. The elderly man was last seen wearing a blue shirt, a blue jeans pants, red and white shoes, and a black felt hat. The matter has been reported to the Helsha Park Police Station. Family members joined with friends and residents over the weekend in a search to locate Thompson, but it came up empty-handed after hours of combing through thick bushes. Natasha Thompson said family members are still holding on to hope that her father will be found and thanked everyone who have assisted in the search efforts or have offered emotional support during this difficult time. Anyone who has seen Nehemiah Thompson or can provide information about his whereabouts is being asked to contact the family at 876-399-0410 or 876-883-3911 or the nearest police station. Westmoreland taxi operator shot dead. The Westmoreland police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the shooting death of a man in Logwood, Whithorn on Saturday, June 18. The deceased has been identified as a 45-year-old Conroy Luther Carter, a taxi operator of Whithorn district in the parish. Reports are that about 9 p.m., residents heard explosions and summoned the police. On their arrival, Carter was found in a Toyota Voxy motor car. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Carter's sister Kimone Webster told the news that she is surprised that her brother was killed in that manner. "Be surprised, that I know something we did expect. He's humble and I run taxi and doing painting sometime," a distraught Webster shared. Webster was home anticipating her brother's arrival as he had promised to take her to a party. "We are call him and not get him, cause him supposed to carry me and him daughter go on a party. So me I tell him daughter to call him girlfriend and ask if she see him, and she said she not see him." Webster said she later got news that he had an accident and was pinned down in his vehicle, but she did not believe that report. She then got another call that he was shot and succumbed to his injuries. Webster said that when she visited the scene, his vehicle was seen crashed in a utility pole, and he was found lying on his side at the back of the vehicle with what appeared to be gunshot wounds to his head and neck. She theorizes that he was also robbed as his phone was missing and he was found only with $400. "I am innocent," says accused gang leader Black man. Andre Blackman Brand, the man accused of being the leader of the St. Catherine-based Klansman gang, has professed his innocence. In an unsworn statement from his dock on Monday morning, during the ongoing trial of alleged Klansman members, Brand said, "I did not do the things the witnesses said I did. I did not give any instructions or orders to kill anyone. I know nothing about extortion money. I am not a part of any criminal gang. I am innocent of these charges," said the sober-looking Brand as he stood clad in an ash gray long-sleeved shirt tucked neatly into a tan dress pants striped with black marking. His hair disheveled and his eyes darting in his charcoal face, Brand said he is 38 years old and that his profession is in music. He also said he has never been convicted. Brand, clutching a microphone in his right hand, with his left hand resting in his left pocket, bowed deeply at the end of his statement. Man found dead at Sizzlers Judgment Yard in Augustown. A man said to be a bodyguard of iconic reggae act Sizzler Kolanji was shot dead in Judgment Yard in Augustown, St. Andrew on Sunday night. Up to publication time Monday morning, the man, who is also said to be an artist who goes by the stage name Culture, was still unidentified. Efforts to speak with Sizzler have so far proven futile. Police told the news that they were called to Judgment Yard, which is one of Sizzler's residences, where the man's body was seen. It was later removed from the area and taken to the morgue. The St. Andrews Central Police say they are unable to confirm if the man was a bodyguard of Sizzler. At least 11 spent shells were found at the scene of the shooting, the police said. The police said several efforts to contact the sizzler, who was not at Judgment Yard, have not borne any fruit as his number rings without answer. Just under 17,000 PPV owners to benefit from gas relief grant. Applications are now open for the much-anticipated Public Passenger Vehicle Operators Gas Relief Grant. Owners of contracted carriages and route taxi vehicles will now be able to access the $25,000 gas grant. According to a release, owners of PPV are required to apply online at wecare.gov.jm and to provide a valid Transport Authority road license issued no later than April 30, 2022 for a contracted carriage or a route taxi service. A taxpayer registration number and be the primary owner of the vehicle that is licensed. Meanwhile, the Transport Authority says owners of multiple vehicles registered as contracted carriers or route taxis can now breathe a sigh of relief, as they are also eligible to receive the grant for each licensed vehicle. Where the vehicles are operated under a company, these entities should designate an authorized officer and submit that person's TRN to collect the funds on behalf of the company. In March 2022, the Minister of Finance and Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark, announced the provision of $25,000 gas relief grant for PPV operators to cushion the rising cost of fuel. The program will cost just under $600 million. For questions about the PPV operators grant, contact the Finance Ministry at 888-493-2273 or the Transport Authority at 876-908-1997-8. 2 killed in St. James crash. 2 persons were killed in a motor vehicle crash along the Rose Hall Main Road in St. James early this morning. They have been identified as 23-year-old Roger Grant of Windward Road in Kingston and 24-year-old Daniel Bowen of Catherine Hall in Montego Bay in the parish. The police report that about 12:15 a.m., both victims were traveling in a white Toyota Voxy bus from the direction of Falmouth towards Montego Bay. On reaching a section of the roadway, Bowen, who was reportedly behind the steering wheel, lost the control of the vehicle and slammed into the back of a Toyota Axio motorcar that was in front of him. The drivers of both vehicles lost control, resulting in the motorcar exiting the dual carriageway and the Voxy bus crashing into a huge tree. Bowen and Grant, along with the driver of the Axio, received the injuries and were taken to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where they were pronounced dead. The other driver was treated. Accompong Maroons filed lawsuit against the government regarding cockpit country. The Accompong Maroons have filed a lawsuit to end their long-standing discussion with the government of Jamaica about the ownership of lands in the cockpit country. The Supreme Court is to hold the first hearing on July 12 in the claim which was filed last month against the government and the Jamaica National Heritage Trust. Chief of the Accompong Maroons, Richard Curry, says among the declarations being sought is the Maroons' rights to ancestral lands in the cockpit country under the 1738 Maroon Treaty. Chief Curry says the fixed date claim filed on May 6 outlines a redress for a declaration of title under the Registration of Titles Act without prejudice to Maroon sovereignty.
The lawsuit further outlines violations of constitutionally protected rights to private property, the observation of political doctrines, and trespass on the Maroon estate, which has been unlawfully permitted by the government of Jamaica to be mined for bauxite and other raw materials, such as lithium. The fixed date claim by a Accompong government has been legally constructed with precision to allow the court, for the first time in history, to construe exactly how the 1738 Maroon Treaty remains in force under the 1962 Order in Council Constitution of Jamaica. We've gotten to this point because we realize that the doors keep closing. There are things happening here on the ground in Accompong that you might not know. There have been threats made at my life. There have been attempts to subvert the council. There have been many things happening behind closed doors that you may not be privileged of. We've had planes flying over a compound at 2:30 in the morning, very, very low, sounding like they're about to land. And if it's intimidation, so be it. The problem is, we still need dialogue.
3 charged for stealing flow cables in St. Anne. The 3 suspects held in connection with the theft and the vandalism of fiber optic cables belonging to telecommunications company Flow in St. Anne have been charged. Andrew Cameron, 24, Randall Wassain, 26, and the 17-year-old girl were charged last week and appeared before the St. Anne Parish Court, where they were offered bail to return on July 14. The 3 accused were nabbed by the police on June 12 while allegedly removing the cables from a conduit on the AGR Byfield Highway. The arrest followed an announcement by Flow that vandals cut its fiber optic cables in St. Anne on June 11, disrupting services to thousands of customers in Ocheria's St. Anne's Bay, Runaway Bay, and the Discovery Bay. Flow says since January this year, more than 250 incidents of theft and vandalism have affected its system. There were 590 cases last year. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.